the eclectic PilzNerdz. Another episode. Just why? Why is this happening?
We love drinking. We love beer. We love pedals.
Beer? Did you say beer?
I said beer, yeah. But we love beer.
Yeah, I'm already a couple of beers in.
So we're doing something different this week. We're gonna start out with a beer first, and then pair with a pedal because
we're doing the old switcherooski on you.
Because this is a show where we pair beers with guitar pedals, so we have to be able to do it one way or the other. Whether I pick a pedal, he picks a beer, and so this time he picked a beer and I picked a pedal. So we're gonna start with the beer first.
And usually he sends me the pedal, and I'm like, all right, it takes me a while on the shelves to pick out the beer. There's just epic amounts of there's so many varieties of beer.
I think in Merriam-Webster's dictionary, it's described as a fuckload.
Yeah, it's a metric fuckload. But I sent him the beers like, and not 5 minutes later he got back to me. He's like, these two. It's like, fuck you, man. But what does he know? We'll see.
We're gonna find out. So Ryan, what's this week? What do we got?
Today we got all the way from Iceland to Texas. Just kidding. All the way from Iceland is the Einstk, or as they'd say, Einstk, or Einstk.
Einstk.
They're Icelandic Toasted Porter. They're from Iceland. I guess they are Iceland's most popular brewery. Hence why I don't know what other beers you can find from Iceland in the U.S. I've seen this brand of beer just kind of explode on the market recently. Even here in Texas, and then I've even seen it's available even across in LA.
Thank you. One finger out of your ass.
So that's pretty big distribution for brewery in Iceland. Yet I digress. Oh yeah, we say Einstk. I guess people say Einstk, but they got that weird kind of umlaut thing. I'd recall it.
Yeah, I guess that'd be an umlaut or
yeah.
That's what you call
Iceland. I'm like a pronunciation czar
with a capital C. Okay, so yeah, put it in the microphone.
Oh fuck, that's not the right one. Fuck. Oops. Alright, let me. Okay, here's how Google Translate would say it.
Einstk.
Do it again.
Einstk.
One more time.
Einstk.
Yeah.
Einstök, or like Einstök,
I guess because it's not German, so they have a different pronunciation with the EI.
I guess they say Ein. I don't know. Yeah, we don't have to spend super long on this. And yeah, already, it's obviously tasting super portery. Big surprise there.
Yeah, it's roasty and toasty. There's not like much other flavor. I mean, there's tons of flavors, but it's not like there's no adjunct flavor.
You say that, but true to what's in it, it's just like a regular toasty porter, roasty porter. I'd say it's more of a roasty porter. It's because it also adds, as they say, authentic Icelandic roasted coffee.
Okay. So they do actually add.
There actually is coffee in there.
Okay.
But it's not overbearing, so. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I'm not getting like porters. And stouts. There's this kind of inherent. Everybody just kind of goes to. Well, it's kind of coffee. I mean, that's what I kind of feel like. Everybody's like, well, it's dark. There's got to be a coffee note to it. But I'm like, it is kind of coffee-y.
Yeah, I've tasted porters like that have no coffee, and they taste fairly similar to have the kind of roasty coffee note. But so they were not as heavy-handed, but I like the level in there. It's nice.
This may be the Corona talking, but like, I'm not getting a super huge nose off this. I don't have Corona, but honestly, like, smelling this, I'm getting a good nose, but it's not like bow. Nothing's like popping out,
No, it's 6%. It's not crazy high in alcohol. It's just moderately high.
I mean, what are you getting from the nose?
Just basically what I would expect from a porter that's 6% this dark. Yeah, a lot of toastiness, roastiness, chocolate, coffee.
Yeah.
Nice, and it looks like it would be sweeter, but it's like moderately dry. It's not too heavy. It's got just a moderate body.
Yeah.
Not thin at all, obviously. It's more drinkable than it looks, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm digging this. This is cool. Cause yeah,
nice.
When you first showed this, I was like, oh my gosh! Like when you texted me the picture, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be insane, thick, muddy.
It's got some beef.
It's got some beef.
It's got some heft to it for sure.
Yeah, it's got
really good mouthfeel.
I mean, like the body, like you know what? This has got the body of a Viking, big but lean.
Yeah, there's some leanness to it. You know?
Yeah, it's not like it's got a big body to it, but it's not like it's got doesn't have a bunch of.
Not a chonker.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
not a chunky chonker. It's only like chonker-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thick boy.
So tasting notes, definitely get the coffee. I'm getting good coffee.
Yeah, I mean it's good coffee, but also like it's kind of authentic Icelandic coffee. I'm like, they don't grow fucking coffee in Iceland. Like, there's no fucking way. And if they do, I don't know. Please correct me, but on the comments. But
well,
it's like Icelandic coffee. It's
they
like,
just get
you got it from like a coffee growing region somewhere. You roasted it. Like, good fucking job. No, the level that they added in the beer, it's good.
Is it? Am I using the right word here? It doesn't have the like acridity or like acrid.
It's not super acrid.
Because some coffee from some additions to a beer, from what I've learned, can be a bit acrid or hagrid because it's Icelandic.
That's right. I will accredit that statement of not being have a lot of acridity.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of acridity.
So yeah, coffee. Chocolate. I'm getting some chocolate, like dark chocolate notes.
Definitely.
I'm not getting fruit. What do you think?
No fruit. They definitely are using like a cleaner ale strain of yeast. It said they also use Bavarian hops, which is pretty much just a generic term. It sounds cool, but not like you're getting much flavor off those hops. From the brewing side, the Bavarian hops in a porter will basically tell me, oh, these hops are not going to get in the way of the rest of the flavors of the beer they're trying to accomplish. The roastiness, toastiness, coffee, chocolate. These hops will provide the amount of bitterness the beer needs to where it's not sweet, but the bitterness won't get in the way, and the hop flavors are more subtle, so they won't stand out, and they won't just cancel out what they're trying to accomplish, calling it a toasted porter. If they were using American hops, there could be a chance it's like they would call it like toasted hoppy porter, toasted bitter ass citrus.
Did you say bitter ass?
Bitter ass, like black IPA. Bitter ass beer. Potentially, depending on how much hops they add. It said in the recipe they use. That's one of the ingredients for sure.
Burps.
They use lager malt, which is kind of a generic term for Pilsner malt.
Yeah.
Just base, 2-row barley. Munich malt, which that's where I think it's getting more of its toast breadiness from. Okay. And also chocolate malt, so hence the color. And I think they might get some color from the coffee, but maybe not. Doesn't look like they're adding a lot of it.
Cool.
But yeah, pretty simple ingredient list, honestly. I think there's a lot of beauty and simplicity. Keeping recipe simple Keeping recipes simple actually, I think, is a good route to Flavor Town.
This is what it's like when the big weenie starts to have a meltdown.
You know, you can get a lot of flavors out of just using good ingredients and not just like a list of 10, 12 ingredients, just a short list of good ingredients, good quality stuff. You maximize, you really seal in the flavor.
Yes. So, with all of that, I think we're ready to try to pair this beer, man, to a pedal.
Yeah, you did it in like 5 seconds. But I kind of like put the beer on a T-ball for you, and you're like,
you kind of did, and so we're gonna try to pair it. I brought one. I think it's gonna fit pretty well. So what I brought is this. Ah! Woo! Sorry, my first time doing the whole clap thing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility.
It is. I'll get used to it. So what I brought here is the Seymour Duncan Diamondhead Distortion pedal with an isolated boost. This is from Santa Barbara, California. I don't want to be the guy to be the sales pitch of like, wave bye-bye to your whatever amp head. But seriously though, this is an amp head and a fucking pedal. It's insane. So we're going to hear that.
What's an amp head?
Oh, an amp head. So with amplifiers, I'm not going to get super in depth with it, but
Johnny Depth.
So I'm not going to get Johnny Depth.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little. We're going to just the tip of depth.
Mm-hmm.
Just the tip. What I usually play through is a Quilter Mini 101 head and a closed back 1x12 cabinet. So what that means, amplifiers, of course, amplify sound, and they need a speaker to go to. So the original amplifiers would be one gigantic unit. You would have wires to go to a speaker cabinet or a speaker of some sort. Fender Music Company, it's a Fender. But Fender, what they did is they put the amplifier and the speaker all in one unit called a combo. So there's combo amps and there's head and cabinets. Essentially heads and cabinets, you can pair different speaker combinations to give you different tonal variations. With a combo amp, a lot of times you just get the one speaker and you can kind of, if it's matched properly, you can have an external speaker as well. But there's combo amplifiers like a Fender Deluxe, I'll show you here. And then there's head and cabinets like a Marshall and a 4x12, which you see here. That's the main difference. But so what this is essentially like a really high gain metal head, amplifier head, in this tiny little box. So we're gonna hear that, and we didn't do the hardcore pour in the beginning because we wanted to save it for you now. So
Yeah, before we start delving into the pedal,
yeah, we're gonna get that hardcore pour going.
let's get to that hardcore pour, brother.
Let's do it.
Let's get to that hardcore pour.
Praise Odin.
Man, that's good.
Death water.
That's good. That's good bubble water. Yeah, or death water. I highly recommend some liquid death
Heck yeah.
because it'll murder your thirst. And now it comes in the sparkling variety. They started flat, just flat water, but now it's sparkling. I highly recommend. I found it on Amazon. I think Whole Foods might have it.
Yeah. Basically, just get this if you want. Instead of bottled water, get this. If you want sparkling water, get this because it's in a can.
Yep.
More easily recyclable.
Yeah. Don't use that. Don't do that plastic
Don't
stuff.
do that plastic shit. This, it'll last longer. So, and it'll murder your thirst.
Murder your thirst is the official slogan, but the other official slogan is
So you heard from the hardcore pour. That's the pedal. Just unabashed, unforgiving gain. So I'm gonna kind of go through a little bit.
unabashed your head in.
Yeah, it's unabashed your head in
Just
with
gonna bash
a
it.
freaking battle axe of sound.
Yeah.
So what we have is essentially like if you had an amp head. You have bass, mid, treble, 3-band EQ. It's super expressive. You have boost, level, gain, and then you have this SAT switch that's meant for saturation. So I'm gonna demo this pedal.
So it's got saturated fats,
Yeah.
not unsaturated fats.
It's not unsaturated fat tone. It's just saturated, pure saturated fat tone.
Saturated, nice and saturated.
Yeah. I'm not gonna demo the boost. We all know what a boost does. It's a clean boost. It's super clean. We're gonna skip that part because this pedal has so much to offer. So this is unsaturated. And by saturated, I mean it just has another gain stage to add more sustain, more grit, heavier tone. So this is unsaturated. So that's unsaturated. So you thought that was heavy. We're gonna dive deep.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's already already kind of has like some similarities to the Sun Life pedal.
A little bit. I think this is going to be a lot cleaner than the Sun Life pedal because
less doomy and more.
Yeah, because
I was gonna say gloomy. Still, the Sun Life is definitely doomy and gloomy.
And gloomy. This is
more boomy.
Boomy and
like has more of an attack.
Yes, I was just gonna say it has more articulation. So the Sun Life pedal, which this can do really well too, is just.
Give me that monomarth. Dun, 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 dun.
So that's what this pedal can do. This is what this pedal really shines at, is it gives you that gain like the Sun Life, which we reviewed. Check out our prior videos. So
First one. Check out
the very first episode. Yeah. But what this can do, what the Sun Life doesn't lack in, it's just not as good at, is it's super articulate. So if you want to do some really fast picking lines,
okay, some solo
this
action.
is like a crank head, like something like Dimebag Darrell would use, you know? This is, you can get it to that amount of articulation but distortion. I mean, it's just... Get all that. So it's...
Sick. I imagine the guitar player for Death Clock has this pedal probably.
The thing is, with the guys from Death Clock and most metal bands, is they have a head that does this. For the average guitar player that can't afford a $3,000 Diesel, Crank, or Marshall
Head on top.
This does it. Like, I don't want to say bye-bye to those heads, but like this fucking does it. You just get a nice, clean, high wattage, clean head like a quilter. This is literally all the gain that's coming from that amp, is just this pedal.
Sick. And you save money.
You save money. This is what, like things like 200 something bucks?
Like if you have the extra bucks to splurge on that, yeah, go for it. But
yeah,
you don't. How much is this?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's like about around
$5.
It's like a beer. No, it's about like 200.
Yeah,
ish.
And that, I mean, pedals are, good pedals are usually around that range of price. So
the boutique and all that stuff, yeah. But this will get you by like modern times you don't need.
Range of price. Just say price range. God, I'm drinking I've had like 2, 3 of these almost. I've had just enough of these and more.
And more. So, tone notes: murdery,
rugged. Yeah, I was gonna say about the beer is also kind of rugged. I mean, a lot of those toasty porters, porters.
Yeah,
a lot of those toasty porters have that rugged kind of flavor. It's like you drink it, just kind of you hear this pedal and you kind of have that. Just get a little bit of that the grimace, like kind of grimacing.
Yeah, it is.
Grimacing.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
So it's this is sludgy but articulate.
Yeah, like the band Mastodon. They're sludgy, but they like to be more melodic, or just more musical with it, I guess.
Shredder cheese.
Yeah, a little shreddy better.
Aged shredder.
Yeah, this says definitely notes of 10-year aged shredder. Yeah, it's just so nice and just a nice smooth sludge to it.
Yeah, there's nothing buttery about this. This is just but it is smooth. Not buttery smooth, but this is like mud smooth.
Yeah, like you got butter, you got really just creamy butter, and this is like pig lard. Nice and pig lardy.
Yeah.
I just think in food terms about a lot of things.
No, I think you're right. Pig lard.
Lardy.
Saturated tone.
Yeah, so
saturated
the fat
tone.
is so saturated.
Yeah, it's a saturated pedal, so it's fat, lardy, and big. As we compare it to like the Sun Life pedal, it's like it's lardy, but like it's lean, like the beer too. The lean aspect I'm talking about is the articulation.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good comparison between the pedal and the beer.
So
like you think this, you look at this, you're like, oh, I can only have one of those. But I don't know, if you drink a lot of craft beer, could you have one of this? You drink the first one, you're like, man, that was really smooth actually. It wasn't super heavy. I think I can have another one. It looks like a lot of people look at dark beers and they're just like, oh, it's just gonna be too heavy. I just can't do more than one. But honestly, this is my third one of these.
He's not wrong.
It's one of those surprising beers, dark beers, that I could probably drink the whole 6-pack if I really tried, but definitely 3 in them. It's heavy, but it's not too heavy.
Yeah.
It's nice, it's pleasing, it's fulfilling.
Yeah. That's filling and nice.
Yeah, this is just like this pedal, it's going to give you your heavy, but it's also has more nuance and articulation to it.
So Ryan, how'd I do? What do you think?
I'd say, just give it a 10 out of 10. I'm just being super. I mean, maybe 9, maybe 4.
No. All right.
I think if you just find, I was looking for a more widely available porter-esque style beer, and I saw, it's just like this is like the Viking metal beer, or one of the Viking metal beers. Other beer out there called Skull Splitter from northern Scotland. I'm like, this is from Iceland, one of the true lands of the true Vikings. So I just had to and they really they got the Viking on the label. Just ripping off the Minnesota Vikings logo.
I mean, they're closer to Minnesota than we are, right?
Yeah. I was looking for this. I saw this Viking beer, and I was like, oh, Scott's going to find the most Viking metal pedal he can find in the shop. And I think he nailed it for sure. Yeah, I'd say 10 out of 10 just based on this is perfect for what they probably use in Viking metal.
Awesome. Cool. Well, stay tuned for next episode, y'all, and search for that tone.
Search for that sludge.
Search for the sludge.
Articulate sludge.